Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Teach and Learn in Korea experience where I tell you about my general experiences in Korea and everything. And continuing from our last foray into Gwangju, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Gwangju and the experiences I've had there. It was pretty damn amazing. Like, aside from the alleyway, we went to a speakeasy, and then we went to like speakeasies, and that's how I learned what speakeasies was. When they're like, "Hey, let's go to that speakeasy," I'm like, "Okay, let's go to the speakeasy," another foreigner bar, tiny and everything. First time I went into the bar, a band was playing, and the vocalist is like, "I'm gonna take your glasses." Also, it was part of the Korean. It was part of the what do you call it? Um, Halloween part, which is kind of cool because this month is Halloween. It was one of my forays into the Halloween thing. And I'm just quickly looking if I could see if I can. Oh, fuck, this is not where I want to be. I'm just quickly looking where I could find some photos of that Halloween thing. Yes, we're going to have photos here. While I'm looking, yeah, so we went out for Halloween and everything, and some of the. I went as the hangover guy, Zach Galifianakis. I had the glasses and everything for it. And, we went out and they took the glasses off of me. I wonder if there's another shot. No, but this guy's face is hidden, and this was taken in the first alleyway. So, luckily, this guy's face is hidden, so I can literally just take that one. And let me show you. This is what I roughly. Oh, hell. That's the wrong one. This is what I roughly look like during the Halloween thing. Yeah. This is what I look like during Halloween. So I had that whole look going for me. Not going to show too much of it. We went to that speakeasy and they took my glasses, and the guy singing, or the person singing, was quite amazing. Was it a woman? Was it a guy? I don't know. It was just pretty damn amazing. And, we'd go to different bars. We'd go to German bar, and we'd go out and do stuff for Halloween. And we went to the nightclubs. Now, let me tell you, Korean women, for those of you who don't know, Korean women are pretty damn beautiful in general. They are pretty damn beautiful. So going to these nightclubs and everything, you see the prettier woman and everything. And we went, what was that bar called? Was it called Tequila? I don't know. We went to the one bar, sat there, met up with some Korean people and everything, and met up with more friends. And we went out, stood outside for a bit, and there's a lot of Koreans like stopping by, taking pictures of me because, I look like the hangover. But they come up to me like, hangover. I'm like, yes, hangover. And we we're standing outside, and this one thing happened. And this is a common thing in South Korea, which is weird. I'm going to hit up a couple of things that happened in this instance, in this line, where we tell Korean people, that we're from Namagong, South Africa, Namagong, or Nam-Afrika Guagong, and they would do like, why? And they would point to our skin, like, let me just take a non-tattooed arm. They would point to our skin going, why? Why? And I'm like, oh no, we are white in South Africa. They are white people in South Africa. They're like, oh, really? So, their conception is that Africa only has black people. No, they don't. And then we'd continue on like, hey, listen, do you know Charlize Theron? And we'd name a couple of movies like, oh yeah, she's South African. They're like, oh, and do you know that movie? Yeah, South African. They're like, oh, Arnold Vosloo. Yes, South African. Oh, and they all freak out. But on this particular Halloween night, this was was it 2014? But anyway, on this particular Halloween night, we're sitting outside, and there's a couple of girls standing outside with us, with the friends outside of Tequila's, I think, was it called? And we're standing there waiting to go to the next club or whatever. And the one girl goes up to me and my friend, and she asks us where we're from, and he answers, he's like, Nam Afrika, and she asks me, Nam Afrika, and I tell her, Nam Afrika, and she goes, why? White, white. And I'm like, and my friend and I sort of look at each other. My friend goes, oh, makeup, makeup. And I fall in with him. I'm like, yeah, makeup, makeup. And she immediately licks her hand and starts rubbing my face and starts rubbing his face to try and see if she can get the makeup off. Yeah. Yeah, so that's sort of the humorous part of South Africans coming out, and we're selling the joke so hard or so well that people actually believe us. For example, Mr. Kwan, if you remember correctly, he was the, I don't know if I told it in that one, but I'm going to tell it again. If I've told it, I'm sorry. You're going to have to listen to it again. So during the time in Korea, the Ebola outbreak started in Africa, right? And Mr. Kwan looks at me and he's like, the chicken place guy, the BHC chicken place guy. He looks at me and he's like, "Oh, you Ebola? You from Africa, right? How's the Ebola? Do you have any family and everything?" And without missing a heartbeat, I look at him. I'm like, "Yeah, no, I had it as a kid. I'm okay now." And his eyes goes like this. And I'm like, no, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. And I tell him, listen, Africa is quite huge, right? We're way down south. Way down south. We're about 10,000 kilometers down south. We're about 8 to 10,000 kilometers away from where the Ebola crap is happening in Africa. And he's like, oh, okay, okay. I think if I didn't tell him it was a joke, I might have been deported a couple of days later. But yeah, that is generally the gullibility of Korean people is quite amazing. I mean, like I told you before, apparently if you have a beard, you're a bum and you don't work in Korea. Until, they think you don't have a job or whatever. It's dirty if you have a beard. Another instance, and this is also on that Halloween thing, another cool thing that happened during that night. So we went to this one nightclub, and all of a sudden, there's these 3 Korean girls dancing next to me, and one of them turns around and starts touching my beard. Now, listen, I take care of my beard. It doesn't look like it now, but I do take care of my beard. This is one of my days off. Actually, this is my week off. I've been treating my beard too much. I'm giving it a bit of breathing room. But anyway, and they start touching my beard, and they like all flirty with me. They touch my beard, touch my ass, and I'm like, whoa, Korean girls doing this? Koreans actually touching us? What the hell? And I kind of felt good that I had a beard, I was like, hey, I got a beard, you don't. I was the standout guy because I had a beard, in our group of friends because everybody was clean shaven. And I'm like, hey, and that was quite cool. That was quite a cool experience. A couple of things related to my beard. This is a bunch of stories related to my beard and my experiences. Another thing that happened quite often in Gochang is at nighttime we would go out and parents would walk up with their kids, and I'd be like all teacher mode. I'm like, hey, I'm happy foreigner. You are cool. I'm interacting with kids and their parents and everything. And some of the younger ones don't have that Korean filter yet. So they would just grab my beard and play with it and pull at it. And they're 3, 4 years old, 5 years old. They can barely speak. They can speak somewhat, but they would play with it. And the mom and dad would be like, no. And I'm like, ano, kwenchana yo. It's okay. And I put my face in the kid's hands, and she touches me, or he touches me, touches my face and pulls on my skin, and open my eyes. And I'm like, you know what? You just do you, kid. You are interacting with a foreigner. Hopefully this is a positive experience for you, And one time we were on a TaLK field trip on the company that got us over there, Teach and Learn in Korea. This is what this is all about. We were on a field trip, and we parked outside. The bus stopped. Oh, we parked outside a fortress, like the one I had in my hometown. We parked outside a fortress, and I'm standing there, and I'm just standing there to the side, lighting up a cigarette. I was one of I was the only kid who smoked. I was the only person who smoked in that entire group, you know, representing South Africa and all that. I was the only person who smoked. No one else smoked. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But anyway, so we're sitting in our talk group, or we're standing outside waiting to go in. And I'm standing to the one side smoking. I always like make a point of it as just to go away from everybody and smoke. You know, I've got that sort of respect. Even now, if there's kids around me and whatever, I always stand to the one side. If I go to Bry's and there's kids, I always make sure if they approach me, I like try and walk away and hold up my cigarette and talk to them and then smoke. You know, I try to be conscientious because, you know, smoking. But anyway, so I'm standing to the one side and smoking, and two Korean men walk up to me. The one guy's got like a scraggly beard, but he's got a beard, long hair, and everything. And he walks up to me, and he looks to the guy, mentions something to him, speaks to him in Korean. He talks to one guy, to the guy next to him, an older guy. The guy approaching me, the guy who spoke, was sort of young. We'd say probably early 30s, maybe mid to late 30s. And the guy next to him was an older guy, right? An older looking guy, probably like gray hairs. And I'm not one to talk, look at my gray hairs, but grayer hair and everything, clean shaven, sort of in a suit, like formal dress and everything. And this guy's like all baggy clothes and everything. And they walk up to me, and I'm standing there and I'm smoking, and I'm like trying my cigarette, and they're like, no, it's okay. And I'm like, okay. And I stand there. And the younger looking guy talks to the older guy, and he's like, and the other guy's like, and he looks at me, and he's like, he likes your beard. And I'm like, okay, and I'm like, oh, come. He's like, and I heard Suyomi somewhere, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, probably about beard. And the guy comes up to me, the older guy's like, older looking guy, comes up to me, and he's like, oh no, he likes your beard. He's an artist in Korea, and he loves your beard. And I'm like, kamsamnida. And the guy comes in, touches my beard, and he mentioned some words in Korean. I wish I knew what he said, but he mentioned some words in Korean. And then he kisses me on both cheeks and on my forehead. And he's like, oh, beautiful, beautiful. And that's all he says. And I'm like, oh, kamsamnida. And he walks away. And the other guy, as he walks away, the other guy's like, yeah, no, he's a famous artist in Korea. And he likes your beard. And I'm like, okay. And that was the last time I've heard of that artist. I can't even remember his name, but apparently he's a famous artist at that stage in Korea. And, you know, he looked like, when he walked away and the guy told me he's an artist, I was like, yeah, he looks like an artist. You know, he looks like an artist. Yeah, he looks like an artist. And what other things happened with regards to my beard? The kids, most of the time we went out to the nightclubs, the woman did come up to me like, ooh, beard, ooh, that's beautiful. So that's cool. Yeah, that's about it with regards to all my Gwangju experiences. There's a bunch more, and I'm sure they'll probably pop up, and I'll probably reference the artist guy again in the future. Like I said, this is all improv, or not improv, but ad-libbed. I don't have a script or anything. I'm just going off of random memories popping into my head as I make these videos. And yeah, that's about it. I think the next one, I'm gonna have to go. The next video, I might have to touch on some sensitive topics. I think I need to get the next video, not sensitive topics. The next video, I need to get the lesser good memories out of the way so that we can continue on with the good memories. I think that's the last one. So that's a little bit of a preview for the next one, is just getting all the negative memories out. Luckily, it's not that much, but it is 3 things that happened to me in Korea that shook me to my core. Actually, 4 things, but you know about one of them already. And then, yeah, so I'm going to have to prepare to be not as emotional as I am when I talk about those. And yeah, that's it. That's it for this video. Thank you everybody for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that dislike button if you hated this. Comment down below. The more you interact with these videos, the higher they get pushed up the algorithm, apparently. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for being a part of my beard experience in Korea. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.